Gene Simmons, Peter Criss, Paul Stanley, Ace Frehley, Kiss. Rock and roll over. Kiss, rock and roll over. Casablanca records and tapes. Kiss, rock and roll over.
Hey guys and gals, Caleb Eubanks here again, Good Choice Music, doing another Kiss album review. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that's right. I'm going to keep it going with these Kiss reviews. Like I said before, I'm going to knock out as many as possible. Today's agenda, we have the one, the only Kiss Rock and Roll Over. Released 1976, same year as Destroyer. That's right, Kiss had two albums, believe it or not, on the Billboard Top 200 at the same time. This one right here peaked at number 11, I believe, in 1976. Produced by Eddie Kramer, the legendary Eddie Kramer. Oh yeah. Recorded at the record plant in New York. Mixed at the record plant. Engineered by Eddie Kramer as well. But yeah, isn't that just like one of the coolest covers you've ever seen ever? That's just awesome. I remember the copy I had, I still have it, that was my dad's. I remember when I was younger just tracing this and taking a pencil and just sitting down at my desk and tracing everything that was on this album cover. And I was big into baseball cards, so I thought it'd be really cool if like Kiss had their own like card. So when I was little, I traced each member onto a card, and I gave them like attributes and I don't know, points and stuff like that. I was a kid. Anyway, that's what kids do. They do stuff like that. I did stuff like that. You probably did stuff like that. Comment below. Tell me the cool, weird kid stuff you did. Yeah. But anyway, let's talk about Rock and Roll Over. So as I said before, Destroyer was released. Destroyer blew up. Kiss Alive kind of cemented where they were at the time. It put them on the map. Then they released Destroyer, and then immediately, several months later, after they released Destroyer, they come out with this bad bamma jamma. From what I've read and I've heard, is that when they did Destroyer, they had a specific, they had a specific idea of how many songs they wanted it to be. There was no like leftover music or anything like that. They had some demos and stuff like that. So this was actually its own process and production by itself. A lot of times when bands put out albums back to back like that real quick, a lot of times it's leftover work from the previous studio sessions. That wasn't the case with this album. This was all brand new material that that they developed when they were on the Destroyer tour or the Spirit of 76 tour. There was actually two tours that year. They did the Spirit of 76 tour with the release of Destroyer, and then they immediately went into the Rock and Roll Over tour. And if you go on YouTube, there are some videos that are just amazing of the Rock and Roll Over tour. Probably, in my opinion, that's when Kiss was like hitting on everything the best that they've ever hit. Like their music was just amazing. The musicality that they had together, the musicianship of them playing together was at 100 on that tour. So yeah, go check out those videos. But let's talk about Rock and Roll Over, dude. Great album. Great album. You got See You in Your Dreams, Love 'Em, Leave 'Em, Hard Luck Woman, Making Love, Take Me, I Want You, Calling Dr. Love. That's a staple at every Kiss show. Baby Driver, Ladies Room, and last but not least, my favorite deep cut Kiss song ever, Mr. Speed. I do not know how Mr. Speed did not become a single. I believe the singles they released with this one were Hard Luck Woman and Making Love. I could be wrong about that. Or Take Me. Either way, it was one of those three songs. But Mr. Speed is hands down the best song on this album. One of my favorite Kiss songs of all time. Definitely, I would say in my top 3 favorite Kiss songs of all time. It's just amazing. Just the melody to it, the guitar, Paul's voice. It's just amazing. for Destroyer, Rock and Roll Over, and then Love Gun, they were just hitting on all cylinders with these albums. I remember, talking to a buddy of mine, huge Kiss fan that I used to work with years ago, and he was growing up when this album came out. He was like 7 or 8 years old, and he says that he remembers like when Destroyer came out, Kiss was like kind of well known a little bit, but when Rock and Roll Over came out, like you couldn't go to a store without seeing Kiss merchandise. He said every time you went to the store when this album came out, there was, Kiss makeup, Kiss action figures, Kiss pinball machines. Kiss was everywhere. They were like, I know Kiss is looked at now as like the merchandising giants, and they take it to the extreme and stuff like that. But you gotta understand that like back then they were just a normal band, and you don't see people like, the Strokes nowadays or Kings of Leon or any of these new, conventional artists that we have out now. You don't see them on the toy aisles. You don't. Kiss was smart, man. They knew who they were marketing to. They were marketing to young teenagers and kids. If you put an album out with this kind of cover, where are you going? You know what you're aiming for. You know what your target audience is. Kiss was smart. Neil Bogart was smart. Imagine being 10 years old, walking into your local store that, you saved up your allowance money, you got it in your pocket, you got enough to buy this album that you heard about, and then you pull up to the record section and you see this Bad Bama Jamma just sitting there looking all awesome. Like, that would be amazing. Like, that is just cool. But yeah, so Rock and Roll Over came with some cool inserts. This is the 2014 reissue, so it's got the it's complete with the inserts and stuff like that. Let's take it out and show it here. So, alright, came with this little sticker set right here. These literally, it's just the album cover, but they peel off, and you can, I don't want to peel them off there, but you can see that they come apart, and you can kind of stick these anywhere you want. It's got, oh yeah, Kiss Alive 2 had the tattoos, not Rock and Roll Over. I was thinking Rock and Roll Over for some reason had the tattoos. But yeah, so, think about, being 10 years old, seeing that album, then opening it up, and then all of a sudden you got this cool little, sticker set right here, like just slap it on anything. Like, that's awesome. Like, Kiss was so smart, even today, but especially back in the day with their merchandise and stuff like that. But yeah, Rock and Roll Over, there's some songs on here I actually don't like. Let's get into them real quick. So, one of the main ones I don't like, See You in Your Dreams. Not a big fan of that song. That's a song they could have did without, really. Love 'Em and Leave 'Em, not a great song. For some reason, I'm not a big fan of that song, but it never fails. Every time I hear it, it gets stuck in my head for days. I can't get it out of my head. I got it in my head right now. Hard Luck Woman, really underrated Kiss song. A lot of people in the vinyl community, a lot of people hate that song. A lot of people, like Kiss fans, really hate Hard Luck Woman. And to be honest with you, I don't know why you would hate Hard Luck Woman. Beautiful Peter Criss voice. The acoustic guitar in it's awesome. I love it. Take Me is a great song. I Want You, like, that's one of my favorite all-time Kiss songs. Calling Dr. Love, it's one of those songs that, like, it's not really my favorite, but when I go to a Kiss concert, I want to hear it. I want to hear Gene playing that. Baby Driver is another awesome Peter Criss song. Love that. Ladies Room, that was a staple at the shows back during this tour. And Mr. Speed, obviously, y'all heard what I said about that already. Let's talk about Baby Driver. So, Peter Criss, if you really look at it, every album he had a couple songs that he sang, and a lot of times when I go back and I revisit these albums like Rock and Roll Over, Peter's songs are the ones that I go to the most. Like, his voice is just iconic with Kiss, in my opinion. It sparks well off of when you hear a Paul Stanley song, and then the next one is a Peter Criss song. It's just awesome. Anyway, Rock and Roll Over. What do you think about it? Love it? Leave it? What do you do? I mean, do you like this album? How does it rank in your all-time? What do you like about it? What do you not like about it? Y'all let me know in the comments below. Let's talk. Let's discuss. Y'all have a good day.